Oh, yes. It's a good light.
Springtime brings many species of animals to the St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge. Today, we are following a flock of shutterbugs. The flock makes its way up to the headquarters pond observation tower.
Andy, what are we likely to see here? I've really not seen them wade that far into the...
No, I've seen them on the edge of this pond before, but never that far in.
We really enjoy photographing deer early in the morning, and in particular the wading birds, the larger birds, the egrets and the herons.
Lou Kellenberger is a renowned photographer. He and his wife Betsy are on the Refuge Association board.
Such a pretty blue color.
Betsy and I usually come down once a week, sometimes twice a week, or several times a month. When we first came to Tallahassee a little over 20 years ago, we joined the refuge as lifetime members, and we just really enjoy all the opportunities to see the wildlife. On the left side, right at the top, on the top. Got it? Nice sky behind it, good light on it.
St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge is one of 9 Gateway Great Florida Birding and Wildlife Trail sites. A Gateway Trail site has more information. You can identify them when you arrive by this kiosk.
Springtime is a great time for bird watching at the refuge, as migratory shorebirds stop here as they fly north. We went to Tower Pool at sunrise to beat the tide and see these visitors. It's Friday the 13th, and a slight haze hangs over the salt marshes, blown in from far-off wildfires.
The tide is coming in, and this is a refuge for migratory shorebirds. Because the tide's coming in, you know, there's nowhere for them to be out there because the water's too deep, so they're coming to this shallower area to roost, feed, and bathe. And when the tide comes in very quickly, it pushes all the birds off the mud flats and the creeks and all at once.
High tide was scheduled for 9:30 a.m., and the best time to catch these birds is in the hour or two before the tide is all the way in. Some birds stand out from the rest, like these avocets.
You know, these are what you could call spark birds. They're just so kind of cool looking and interesting to watch and beautiful. That they're the kind of bird that get people into bird watching.
Smoke eventually clears out, and we head to other parts of the refuge. Just before lunch, we end up at Lighthouse Pond watching ducks known as red-breasted mergansers.
Ooh, he came up with his voice.
Oh, look at that, look at that. Ooh. Wow. This is the best opportunity I've had to get one of those. Don't go away.
At Lighthouse Pond, we see that there's more to wildlife watching than birds. Like this cute little cotton rat. And this critter that eats cute little cotton rats.
Now Andy says he could eat one of those cotton rats. It looks like
Small one.
he's got his head straight up. Oh, there he goes. See, now he went back the other way.
The refuge is approximately 70,000 acres at this point in time. Most people come to the refuge to go down Lighthouse Road, which is where you guys were today, which comes down and ends at the lighthouse. But we stretch a little over 40 miles along the coast. So we stretch from the Ocklawackney River to the Osceola River. So there's a lot of the refuge that people don't go visit. A lot of wading birds, a lot of songbirds, black bear, resident wildlife. So it's just a great place to come and visit. But just remember there are other places besides Lighthouse Road that you can see other parts of the refuge.
we interviewed Terry at the Refuge's newest facility.
This education center was built through stimulus money, or what we call ERA, the Recovery Act funds that they gave us a couple of years ago, and it's used mainly for school groups. Even before we got the building, last year when the building was not here and was being constructed, we served 12,000 school kids through this program here. Some of them we were at the school, a lot of them came to the refuge. We have an optics loaner program here where you can come in, and it's donated as the Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. We have spotting scopes and binoculars that you can come in and check out and use them for the day.
If you go into the visitor centre, you can loan a pair of binoculars or a spotting scope. They will need your driver's licence, which they'll keep until you return the optics safely.
There you go. Hope you enjoy them.
If I were to cover every program, activity, or special place in the refuge, I would fill a whole show at least. I could end this piece by talking about any number of things. I have chosen to end it by talking about one of the smallest things.
So last night, somewhere in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, a female ruby-throated hummingbird would have taken flight and climbed to an altitude of around 1,000 feet, and then she would have crossed the Gulf of Mexico, which is 400 plus miles, and sometime around noon today she arrived at St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge, and we just saw her visiting a hummingbird feeder.
For WFSU TV, I'm Rob Diaz de Villegas.